Smarterfan. Hey, everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan Podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Joe, time is passing so quickly,
Mm-hmm.
but this is my favorite part of the year. Thanksgiving is not too far. Good food, good friends, good fellowship.
Yep.
I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good. I'm looking for a
right.
nice apple pie, deep dish, my friend. Deep dish apple pie. How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm a sweet potato pie man myself.
Ooh, yeah. And what's funny about it? I can only eat that stuff this type of time of the year, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about
crazy.
right.
Crazy.
So I'm going to talk about the first captain, Willis Reed.
Oh, Grambling University.
That's right. He went to Grambling, and where he averaged 26.6 points a game and 21.3 rebounds. And he led the Tigers to 1 title and 3 Southwestern Athletic Conference championships. So now in 64, he got drafted by the Knicks, and talk about a dominating force. I mean, you know, he had that big upper body, so he could hang with the best of the centers. You know,
at 6'9".
Yeah, that's right. And he averaged 19.5 points and 14.7 rebounds, and that earned him Rookie of the Year. So now Red Holtzman took over the team midway through 68, and they acquired Dave DeBusschere, and that's when the team started to take flight. Now, they won a franchise record 60 games in 70 on their way to winning their first championship. And that's the championship that would be the most memorable for Game 7, when he had a badly bruised thigh and nobody expected him to play. And then he came out of the locker room and the garden went into a frenzy. And the Lakers were stunned. You know, he only played 27 minutes in that game, but it was enough to inspire them, and Frazier had the game of his life.
That's
you know,
that's what
so
you need.
Yeah. Now they won their second title in 73, beating the Lakers again. And he was the first player to win the All-Star Game MVP, the regular season MVP, and the Finals MVP in one season.
Wow.
Yeah, in the same season. So, you know, then when his playing days were over, he moved on to coaching and you know, moving up in the office. So he was an assistant with the Knicks. You know, he was a coach with the Knicks, and assistant with the Hawks and Kings and Nets. And then he became vice president of the Nets, and from 89 to 04. And then he put that team together that became championship contenders in 02 and 03. So, and he was president of the New Orleans Hornets, and then he retired in 07. And unfortunately, he passed away last March at the age of 80.
Wow.
So, but the man had quite the career.
Yeah.
You know,
quite the career. Willis Reed.
Yeah.
Mr. Grambling himself.
That's right. So what's going on with the Spurs?
Well, I was shocked the other night, Joe. I saw Chris Paul in a Spurs uniform.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because Chris Paul knows how to run a team.
Yep.
And now he got that young kid, Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, oh boy, the Spurs could be back in it a whole lot sooner than people realize.
Yeah.
If those guys buy in, because Chris Paul, he knows how to lead.
Yeah,
And he can get those
does.
guys playing. Plus that coach.
Yes.
They man, if they can get those guys to play their roles. All right now.
Yeah.
We keep messing around with Chris. I ain't mad at Chris too. Chris be getting them big checks. He just keep playing and playing. And you're like, all right, you all want me over here? All right, how much you got? All right, I'll take that.
Uh-huh. Well, that's what it's become now.
It's got to be over 20 years he's been playing, right?
I know he's up there. He's
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
My other thing is with Bronny. Every day, Joe, somebody's asking me about Bronny. And I think I'm kind of waiting until a number of months. But I think he's at I don't know. I don't know. I see him playing and I'm like, maybe he needs to find, maybe my glasses are colored. He's not magic. He's not that slash drive. He's not cold. He's not that.
Well, some people think he should be in the G League.
Yeah, and I'm not totally against that because you know what? He really doesn't have an identity.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. And his playing style is like, I don't know what I'm getting. Are you a passer? Are you a dribbler? Can you spot up shoot? You know, can you go to the rim? What's your specialty? All the above? Are you lockdown defense? Yeah. And so I'm kind of like challenged.
Yeah,
I'm kind of challenged with him.
I could see where that could happen with him. You just don't know what you're getting with him yet. So
yeah, so I'm kind of like just waiting to see.
Well,
yeah,
that's all we can do is wait and see.
Yeah,
So I'm going to switch gears a bit and talk about the World Series. All right. The Yankees, they're down 0-2 coming into Yankee Stadium for the first time in 15 years in the World Series. Now, I've been saying this all year. They're not going to win with a two-man show, and Soto and Stanton have been carrying the team. And, Judge is 1 for 9 coming into game 3. And here's the other thing. The Yankees could have had Freddie Freeman, but Cashman didn't want to spend the money. And now he's come back to haunt them.
It's kind of the proverbial. It's like a proverbial, right? The Giants don't spend on Saquon. Look where they are.
Yeah. Now, the Dodgers, it seems to me like they got the bats in their lineup and the Yankees have the outs in theirs.
Yeah.
That's what it's boiling down to because these guys, what really gets me is they're watching pitches come straight down the plate and then they're swinging that stuff 2 feet off of the plate. So that just gets me. Now the Dodgers got a scare with Ohtani because he hurt his shoulder trying to steal second base.
That's dumb.
Well, that's what he does.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they said he was going to play in game 3. So,
he ain't playing.
We'll have to see. We'll see how that shakes out.
He ain't playing.
Now, with the exception of Soto's home run, Yamamoto shut him down for 6 1/3 innings. They didn't get nothing going until late in the game, and then by that time, as Yogi says, it gets late early out here. So.
Thank you for proving my point. He's not playing.
Yeah. So now the ratings were through the roof for these games.
Yeah. Dodgers, Yankees. Yeah.
Well, see, this is what the networks were hoping for because they didn't want a Subway Series. The last Subway Series got really bad ratings, so they were. This is tailor made for the networks, right here.
Oh yeah.
So But it's. I'm not optimistic about their chances because of just their lack of hitting, and as Humphrey would say, it's just the same old song in the playoffs.
Oh, you know what? I think we need to go back and have Carlton pull up all your belly aching about whether the Yankees would make it, how they stink, all that belly aching you was doing. Haters gonna hate.
Hey,
All that belly ache, and now they in the World Series, and you still belly aching
because they're not getting it done. Plain and simple, they're just not getting it done.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So
you're right. I can't argue with you, but it's just funny. It's just like all our conversations about the Yankees. All I hear is rah, 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 rah. Now they in the World Series. Still ain't happy.
This is what gets me, okay? You got Judge, who hits the hell out of the ball all season long, don't do diddly in the postseason. And then you got Stanton, who don't do diddly all season long and mashes the hell out of the ball in the playoffs.
Sometimes that's how the chips fall, brother. That's how sometimes the chips fall.
So,
but I think you hit it on the head. You got to have more bats. That's why you got to have more bats.
Yeah. And Jeter made an interesting point. He said that he couldn't understand why Boone took Cole out when he did in game one, because Cole only had thrown 88 pitches and he was cruising along, and Boone comes and takes him out, and then that set everything in motion, because there's no way Nestor should have been put in that position after not pitching for a month, and Hill was the one who was getting Freeman out. So
lazy, stupid coaching strikes again.
Yeah,
strikes again.
So I don't know, but anyway, that's my take on the World Series. So what's going on in the NFL?
Man, well, the NFL, Saquon. I was watching the pivot. This may cost the GM his job. This faux pas may cost him, because it really outlines the dynamics of business and sports, right? And so my people I was talking to, I said they gambled on Daniel Jones, even knowing in their own words they weren't completely sold on his ability to lead.
Right.
Then you have Saquon, who's your offense. You don't have any receivers. You don't have, or they can't get the ball, or one of the problems. So he's your offense.
Right. Yeah.
You haggle with him about paying him and rolling the dice that somehow Daniel Jones is going to become Montana.
Yeah.
But in your own words, you feel that you may be back at trying to find a quarterback again. So you basically give away Saquon. What did they get? They didn't get anything.
No, because he went and signed with the Eagles, I believe.
Yeah, because they exhausted their ability to hold on to him. And I'm saying this is what ruins careers. This is what ruins franchises. And I really believe at the end of the season, they're going to be looking for another quarterback.
Oh, they already made that known.
But it's just sad that they gave up Saquon. It was just, these are things that happen in these franchises. And that's why a lot of franchises never get to the show, because of this type of thinking. And back to Baltimore, I keep trying to tell people, they're like, oh, Baltimore, Lamar. I said, you do know Lamar is a 2-time MVP. Maybe 3-time. So if you have this kind of quarterback, why can't your head coach put together an offense to complement that? Why is it taking him so long?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the play calling this last game. You look at the play calling over the span of Lamar's career there, it's the same ineptness.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
My brother was looking at me like, how did you know? I said, because that's all Harbaugh can come up with. Oh, give it to Lamar and he'll figure it out. That's not coaching. And so they keep blaming him with no tools, no other, and no coaching to go pull a rabbit out of the hat. You can't. That's not how you win. You're not going to win like that. But, Harbaugh is Harbaugh. And I don't hate the guy. He's just not the answer. And it's not Lamar. I mean, how many times have we seen Lamar literally put the team on his back, and make it happen?
Yeah.
But you can't win championships like that. Yeah, you can't win championships. It's nice. It's exciting. But you can't win championships like that. You can't. Yeah. You can't. And the same thing with Cleveland and Stefanski. I don't know what coach has been given more number 1s, 2s, and 3s and can't get to the playoffs. I can't figure it out. I mean, that team for the last 3, 4 years, 5 years has been stocked with 1s, 2s, and 3s, and they still can't get it done.
Yeah. You gotta wonder. You just gotta wonder.
Gotta wonder, my friend. Gotta wonder. So back to you.
I'm gonna piggyback on that, okay? So now the Jets' dysfunction continues.
Oh, yeah.
They lost to the Patriots, 25-22. They got a kicker who can't even make extra points.
Oh, Lord.
They used all of their timeouts in the first quarter of this game, which is
really
unheard of. I mean, unheard of. And they just don't know where they're at. They're just totally like they're just a rudderless ship. That's what they are right now, just a rudderless ship.
Can you tell me what's taking them so long to get Belichick signed?
I don't think he wants to come to the Jets.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he wants to come there. So, now the Hawks and the Bills, this game, it was pouring rain. This game, it was full of high snaps, fumbles, muffed kickoffs, and penalties. And penalties. There were a lot of penalties in this game. They were throwing flags like crazy. The Hawks and
the Hawks.
The Hawks and the Bills. The Seahawks and the Bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I mean the Bills, they just took charge and finally came out of it 31-10. Now, talk about Baltimore. Mr. Winston came out there and upset them. And, they beat the Ravens 29-24. And the Lions are on a mission.
Oh, they're on a mission.
They beat up on the Titans 52-14. So now I don't feel so bad about the Cowboys. So
listen.
But, the Cards, they spoiled Tua's return. And
I'm really surprised that he's back.
Yeah, well, he wants to play, and they're going to let him. So, even if it is a detriment to his health, So, they edged the Dolphins 28-27, and the Eagles beat up on the Bengals. So
yeah, they really did.
Yeah. Now this was the game of the night. Washington and the Bears.
That was a game.
Now you got. This is what I don't get. You got the quarterback Daniels. He's standing there running back and forth. Nobody's rushing the passer. They're all back. You got one DB for the Bears jawing with the crowd while the play is going on. So he's not even paying attention. And then he just lets it fly. And the receiver, he's just standing in the back of the crowd in the end zone, just standing there waiting. And the ball gets tipped right to him. So that's how they won the game.
Can't make this stuff up.
It was Hollywood scripted. It was Hollywood scripted.
Can't make it up.
So it's just been one crazy season so far.
Yeah.
But so speaking of football, what's going on with the soccer and Renaldo?
Well, it looks like Ronaldo number 7 is on his farewell tour.
Yes, I heard about that.
And I love soccer. It's just remarkable to see, his history, his family,
Right.
him letting fans in on his life. I've always thought he's just a great guy, great athlete, very grounded, and just it's just great to see, man. Great to see. Yeah. He's going to be sorely missed. He really added so much to the game, and just a great guy. And I just wanted us to be able to give our salute as a sports podcast to him and all he's given to the sport of soccer. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah. Well, it's a worldly sport, so.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, my friend. Huge. A lot going on. And Sadio Mane, my Senegalese brother, he's just so classy. And he just does so many powerful. I love his humanity, and just his humbleness and how much he does for the less fortunate in his town, building hospitals and schools and, just keeping his priorities, enjoying life, but he's like he said, why I need 10 Ferraris? What am I going to do with 15 mansions? What?
Yeah.
It
doesn't make any sense. And you can't take it with you. So
exactly. You know what I mean? So, as I said, in our time, there was that thing called the wide world of sports.
Yes.
And that's what we do here at Smarterfan Podcast. We give you the wide world of sports. We talk about it all. Every sport, racing, basketball, highlight, everything we talk about.
Yes, we do.
On Smarterfan Podcast, my friend.
So, well, that's all we have for tonight. So
great show, great time, and we got some exciting things coming, fans. We got some interviews coming up. We're going to bring our in-house NFL Arena League agent Marquez back. I spoke to him last week. So some of his players got picked up by the Saints, and he's got some other angles we didn't even touch. And so it's going to be exciting. He's got a lot to share with us, and we're going to have some of his players on as well. We're going to get a chance to talk to. What is it like playing in these leagues? What are what we do on Smarterfan, Joe? You know how to get in those nooks and crannies. You know how to get in there. So we're going to hear from these guys and get those stories that no one's telling. No one's telling, and that's what we do here at Smarterfan Podcast. So until next week, my friend.
All right, everybody, have a good night
and happy holidays.
Yes.
Smarterfan.